up, YouTube? So check the article in the description box below, because you're not going to believe this nonsense. I wish I was making it up, but unfortunately I am not. If you're driving, do not, I repeat, do not use your cell phone under any circumstance. But we get to hear the story from a man named Mr. Smith. Now, Mr. Smith is the proud owner of a 1931 Ford Model A that his father got for a 16th birthday present in the 70s, and his father passed it down to him, and they worked on it as father and son project. Now keep in mind, this car has had 80 plus years on the road, automotive history, and 47 plus years in the possession of this person's family. This person's, Mr. Smith's family, has owned this car for 47 plus years. And long story short, this chick is on their cell phone, distracted while driving, and she totals this car. And if you're a classic car lover, then I would not read this article, because ooh-wee. But I'll read you a small snippet of it. Imagine owning something like a 1931 Ford Model A that's been in your family for generations, whose pristine condition is the result of a painstaking year-long restoration undertaken with your aging father. Now imagine the car has been destroyed thanks to the disregard and distracted driver in a Toyota Corolla. That's exactly the nightmare situation that William Smith finds himself in after a hit-and-run crash claimed the pre-war car that's been in his family for over 45 years. Last week, Smith had street parked the Model A in Orange, California on Friday as he went into work nearby. A while later, a telltale sounds of a terrible crash reached his ears. Sensing something was wrong, he walked over and came upon a just devastating scene. Mr. Smith recalls being in a panic attack because he was crying, and his hands were shaking uncontrollably. He told the Drive magazine. Yeah. Now, the woman in the Toyota Corolla had drifted out of her lane, smashed into the rear corner of the Model A, and shoved it up onto the sidewalk. The impact bent the frame and the drive shaft, split the engine block, snapped all four wire wheels, broke the differential, and sent the hood flying 10 feet into the grass, and knocked the bumper off and all kinds of stuff. Aside from the obvious body damage, the car's entire structure is buckled and tweaked and twisted up. Oh, sweet. Now, she tried to escape the scene of the crash, but she got back into her car and tried reversing, so Mr. Smith got behind her to block her. But she wasn't going to be able to get out anyway because her car was stuck in the spokes of Mr. Smith's Model A. So her car was basically stuck to the spokes of the Model A inside the Model A's wheel. So then she tries to escape on foot, but the cops catch up to her in a nearby neighborhood. But now she's being charged with hit and run. Look, don't be on your cell phone when driving. That's That's just not a good look. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt. But of all the people to have a silver lining to this scenario, Mr. Smith's father says, well, the time he had with his son working on the car was the best time of his life. So he looks at it like, well, at least we get to do it again. I guess that's one way to look at it, but I would be steaming pissed. Leave your cell phones alone when driving. That's just the basis of it. So it's a good thing that nobody was hurt in this accident. That could have ended very, very badly. Yeah. And now this chick is to be, and it doesn't matter what the sex of the person was. It's regardless. Okay. Distracted driver is a distracted driver, period. So, yeah. Don't be on your cell phones when you're driving, people. That's not very smart. How hard is it to be a courteous driver?